Hello, my darlings. How are you? I hope you're doing well. All right, so for the ladies, I want to introduce you to Nutique Illuze Liana. Say that 5 times real fast. She is it's a honey glazed brown, which is like the creme de la creme as far as I'm concerned. Lots of highlights, lots of color. She's lightweight. She's got a lot of volume. Okay. And 2 combs in the front, comb in the back, adjustable straps, and she's great. So the color is just, I had a longer unit that had these gorgeous highlights and the beautiful browns. However, they haven't learned, and it's been years now. These companies have not learned how to not have the dye. Sorry, I'm looking at something. Sorry. They haven't learned how to not let the dye damage the fibers. So unfortunately, although it was stunning, I got compliments on it. I saw a guy at the park that I usually talk to, and he was just flabbergasted with how I looked because I had makeup on, and he never sees me with makeup on, and my hair was long with all these beautiful highlights, and he was just like, he couldn't stop staring at me. And it was gorgeous, no doubt. But anything that's heavily dyed a lot of times doesn't last that long. It just depends on the unit, but a lot of times that's the problem. So if you guys give me compliments on units and you guys have, and you never see me wear it again, or I only see you see me wear with it once or twice, chances are it didn't last that long and it started to look ratty. And everything that I did to bring it back to life, and I know all types of tricks, and nothing was working. So it's not like I go, oh, they complimented me, I'm never going to wear this again. That's not what happened. Chances are it died. And everything I tried did not work. Washing it, putting conditioner on it, putting extra conditioner on it, using a steamer, a clothing steamer, which works very well for frizz, by the way. Nothing was working, and I just got to the point where I said, okay, I'm not going to sit here and fight with this anymore. You're out. If you're more work than fun, you're out. So anyway, here's the side. And here's the back. Now I'll try to show you how long it is in the back. Try to, anyway. So it goes right to the bottom, right here, which is nice. Really, really nice. And then I'll try to show you the other side. And there you go. So it's Nutique Illuze, and this particular, the name of it is Liana, and it's honey glazed brown. But there's 1B, the typical colors. Obviously, it has those as well. Okay, so let's talk about. We don't talk about this enough, and I think that we can't talk about it too many times because so many of us, a lot of us, have dysfunctional parents. Let's just keep it real. Let's just be big boys and big girls and come to that realization. A lot of us have had very sick and twisted, demented, narcissistic parents, and we learned very toxic behaviors on a subconscious level. And when we get involved with people, those people typically will have the same traits that our parents had. And it sucks. And that's not how you want your life to look. But when we get into relationships, we don't really have a manual. You know how you buy something, there's a manual that comes with it, a toaster, a thing that like a model kit where you're going to build something. There's instructions. Everything has instructions with it. Well, relationships don't have instructions. So the positive attributes that a healthy person would have, a lot of times subconsciously we're not drawn to that. And we're not choosing that, but our brain is like, oh, okay. But then also let me go ahead and put this caveat in there as well. Even though a lot of us are up to here with the toxicity from people, just up to our eyeballs with it, Toxic people know, okay, that if they were to act like they were a certain way in the beginning and then turn around and show who they really were, they can't do that in the beginning. They have to have bait, right? We talked about this before. They have to have bait that's going to pull you in. Charm, nice, caring, considerate, and, empathic, communicative, concerned. How are you? Did you get home safe? Is everything okay? And they really don't give two shits, but you're not going to know that in the beginning. So this is what a healthy person looks like, okay? And another thing, before I go there, let me go there. And this is going to sound harsh, and this is going to sound brutal, especially for those of us who are not toxic. Y'all remember a long time ago I talked about a chiropractor that I had war with. She wouldn't spend as much time with me as she would with her other patients. She got a problem with brown skin apparently, but she's a bitch anyway. She started becoming more and more greedy for money, and I didn't know that. Well, I found out. I noticed that she spent more time with other patients than me. I noticed that once her husband died, she started getting greedy for money because here she is trying to raise kids by herself on a single income. Not long after her husband died, she was complaining about him. The man ain't even stiff in the ground yet, and she's got complaints about him. Narcissists don't give two shits about death. Death means nothing to them. Death is oh well, that sucks. Moving right along. They won't even say it sucks because they have no emotions about it because their dumbass is still breathing. So they're very nonchalant about someone dying. Very, very nonchalant. It makes no difference if it's their husband, their spouse, their wife, whatever. It don't matter who it is. They have zero concern for death. Death means nothing to them. So he died, right? Suddenly. And no symptomology, just was done. Stepped out of the truck and fell to the ground and died of a cardiac related illness. And not long after that, she was remarried. We had a falling out because the new bimbo, she fired her mom because she was starting to be real dirty and real shady with money. And if you weren't guaranteed to give her money on a regular weekly basis, and she's never acted like this before until her husband died, you weren't going to be regular money for her. You're going to be put on the back burner. It doesn't matter if you're in pain. So me and her had war with each other. War. And her bimbo that she hired, she fired her mom, which is disgusting. You have no respect for your dead husband. That's disgusting. She hired a bimbo so that she's young and she's easy to manipulate. That was all part of the plan. She's young, and whatever I tell her to do, she's not going to be like my mom and say, hey, you can't treat patients like that. This dumb bitch is going to do whatever I tell her to do. That's why I hired her, And I had war with her, and I gave her a thank you card. I basically, her stupid little bimbo, wouldn't let me be seen for at least another week or two. She doesn't have anything available. She has nothing available, which was a lie because I've been seeing that dumb bitch for many, many years. And the so-called chiropractor, I've been seeing her for many years, and it's a small town. People do not bum rush her to the point where you can't get an appointment for weeks. That was something new she started whenever she got rid of her mom and hired this dumb bitch. And so I went fucking off, and I dropped a F-bomb when she told me again that there was nothing available for weeks. And I said, when I was hanging up the phone, I said, fucking bitch. One thing I'm not going to let you do is mess with my body. I'm not going to let you have me in immense pain. You can fix it and you don't want to fix it because I'm not a frequent flyer. I'm not in there often enough to pay your mortgage. Hey, fuck you and fuck her. Anyway, pardon my French. I'm just saying. So then she went crying to the chiropractor, went crying to her. And she's being mean to me. She said a bad word. And she fired me as a patient, and I gave her a thank you card and let her know through no uncertain terms, thank you for treating me like shit, because I found someone who is better than you, and he's more cost effective than you are, and he actually cares about his patients. And I don't know what else I said, but I sent all of that, basically cussed her out in a professional way in a thank you card. And I thought to myself, let her say or do one more thing. One more thing. The letter was already typed out. The letter to complain, file a complaint to the state against her. Because you don't do that. You don't. Okay, this little piece right here is going to drive me insane. You don't, I'll take you right out of there. You don't see patients according to who's paying your mortgage and who's not, and how soon they're paying you based on money. I will freaking eat you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Do you not know who you're messing with? You're going to find out. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with your ass. So I filed a complaint to the state, and all I had to do, I had a computer at the time, and I had a printer at the time, which I stopped having a printer because they nail you on the ink. The ink is so expensive. It's not even worth it. Go get it done at the library. It's a lot cheaper. Anyway, we're just highway robbery with the ink. Anyway, but it was ready to be printed out and sent to the state. Let her say one more word and I'll have your career in the palm of my hands. Say one more freaking word. She was smart. She kept her freaking mouth shut. And then I found out, not long after her husband died, she was remarried. And I started to laugh right in front of her face because the guy she married, his body maybe is 200 pounds, but his stomach is probably 400 pounds. It was huge. His gut was massive. She not left, but when she got rid of her husband through death, because she was more than happy to get rid of him and marry somebody else, which means you were screwing around. So anyway, right? So you were fucking around behind your husband's back because you're not going to get married in 5 god dang minutes. You've been messing with this boy, this big 400 pounder. You've been messing with him for a long time. And he always wanted a piece of you, and God knows he's going to find out what he's getting. God knows. But she didn't say nothing else, and that was to her best interest. Keep your mouth shut, because I swear to God, I'll make a complaint against, and even if the state didn't do anything, that would stay on her record permanently. Play with me if you want to. She didn't say another word, and that's a good idea. Up with my sick old parents and every relationship after them and toxic ass so-called friends. And then I got to deal with a toxic ass freaking narcissistic chiropractor, and I'm paying you and you're abusive. Play with me, please. I'm begging you. Anyway, she's a narcissist, just like everybody else I know that's a narcissist. All about me. And I know my husband died, but I don't give a shit. Because I got to do what I got to do. I'm a single bitch raising my kids. He's going to find out. If he hasn't found out by now, he's going to find out. Okay? He's going to quickly find out. He's stupid. So, let's talk about healthy values in a good relationship. Okay? Honesty. And the narcissists don't have any of these qualities. Okay? Honesty, being truthful and straightforward with your partner is fundamental for building trust. Okay? Trust, having faith in your partner's actions and intentions. Respect, valuing your partner's opinions, boundaries, and individuality. Communication, openly expressing your thoughts and feelings to each other. And we don't mean initially, and then I show you that I'm a demon because I'm really a toxic narc. No. We're talking through time. Through time. Healthy people are consistent. Okay? Remember we talked about that? Right. Loyalty. Standing by your partner through challenges and supporting them. Compassion. Showing empathy and understanding towards your partner's emotions. Forgiveness, letting go of past hurts and moving forward. Accountability. Taking responsibility for your actions and working to resolve issues. Equality. Having a balanced partnership where both partners have equal say. Support. One more little fringe. Are you getting on my nerves? Yes, you are. Sorry about that, guys. Where were we? Equality. Having a balanced partnership where both partners have equal say. Support. Encouraging and uplifting your partner. All right. So these are the signs of an unhealthy behaviors. Okay. Let's go over the healthy ones because they're more important. I mean, they're both important because if you see these bad behaviors in a toxic ass person, you got to get rid of them. Stop this I'm in love bullshit because they don't love you. Stop. Do not allow your emotions to block your common sense. And if this person has put you in psychological prison, you got to break yourself free. It's going to take a toll on your mental well-being, your physical well-being, your financial well-being. Everything about you will be destroyed and targeted. So you've got to be smart. Get yourself out of the lion's den, right? Get out of the fire. Get out of the fire. All right? So good relationship values: honesty, trust, respect, communication, loyalty, compassion, forgiveness, accountability, equality, and support. And the most important thing of all of these is over time, consistent. Not, I'm going to pretend to be a good person, and then when you're not looking, I'm going to cut your throat. That's called being a toxic ass demon, and we're not doing that. Okay. They can't remain consistent with their phoniness. That is one of their weakest, I don't know what you would call it. That's one of the weakest things about them. They cannot be fake forever. So you give it time. You don't rush and become intimate with them today, even though that's what we do now. 5 minutes after we meet each other, we spread our legs. We're not doing that bullshit anymore. We're going to be ladies. Keep your legs shut. Because as soon as he gets what he wants from you, or she gets what she wants from you, they're going to show their ass. So you can't just give them everything now because you're just so enthused with them. You got to start using your brain, right? And God knows I've made stupid choices too, and that's why I'm single, because it's just peaceful. It's a lot more peaceful. Okay. Unhealthy behaviors. Abuse. Physical, verbal, emotional, or sexual abuse. Boundary violations, disrespecting privacy or autonomy. Lack of trust. Fear of a partner's reactions. These are all unhealthy values. Lack of communication, avoiding problems or not talking about them. Manipulation. Pressuring others to get what you want. Isolation. Keeping a partner away from friends and family. Abusers are typical to do that. They don't want you near your family because your family is going to identify that they're evil and is going to sit down and have a little talk with you. And that's not what the evil person wants. They want to have their way with you. And so they're going to try to separate you from everybody that you care about. Belittling, making a partner feel small or worthless. Betrayal, being disloyal or intentionally dishonest. And as we know, toxic people are always dishonest. If they're breathing, they're lying. Okay? And if they push you into doing something that they want you to do, but you don't necessarily want to do, and they won't let it go, that's called coercion. And that is something that you really don't want to sign up for. You don't want that. You don't want someone who's capable of coercion. Now, in a healthy relationship, a person might say, hey, I don't know, I'm bringing my fishing boat out. I'm just using this, just throwing out an example. Your husband says, or your wife says, I'm taking the boat out. I'm going fishing. I want you to come with me. Yeah, I'm not into fishing. Oh, come on. It'll be great. The weather's going to be perfect. And you keep saying no, and they keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. They don't give two damns about your feelings. They don't care that you're not into that. They don't care that that doesn't float your boat. If they keep pushing you into something you don't want to do, that is called coercion. And you don't want that. You don't want someone who doesn't respect how you feel. Now, someone who's healthy will say, babe, I get it. I would love for you to come with me, but I'm not going to bother you about it. I know how you feel. But if you change your mind, let me know, because I would love to have you come with me. And then you leave it the hell alone. If you're a healthy person, that's what you're going to do. You're not going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, because you're flipping the bird to that person's desires. And that is not okay. It's just not. You're being a dirty scumbag now. Knock it off. All right? Speaking of dirty scumbags, I'm going to let you guys go. DeJoy. I don't know the little bastard's first name, but he is the Postmaster General. And anybody who has lived in the United States for a while, all your life, whatever, you know that the mail is just not, they're not delivering the mail in a timely manner. They haven't been doing it for years, and through the years it's getting worse. People need their medication. Some people need money. A guy ordered, I think I told you this, a guy ordered a bunch of chicks, baby chicks, and the majority of them would be dead by the time they reached him, which was not what he signed up for. That individual, DeJoy is his last name, he went to court probably because they keep screwing up on a massive scale. And when he got tired of hearing them, when he was in court, he did this number. Like, covering his ears. And he had the nerve. I left a very nasty review about the Postal Service because I'm up to my eyeballs with their shit. I'm sure you guys are too. If your mail's been delayed, they play a lot of games. I don't know what the freaking hell's wrong with them, but they're going to be privatized, and I really hope they are, because if you can't do your freaking job, then you need to be fired. It's just that simple. And he had the nerve to say, which I corrected that, I'm gonna step down in 5 years. And I said in the review that I left, I said in capital letters, no, pal, you will be gone as soon as you guys are privatized. Ain't nobody gonna sit around for 5 freaking years and let him do 5 more years worth of damage. That's not gonna happen. I don't know what fantasy world he's living in. But who does that? What adult do you know does that when they don't want to hear it? What? So the prices of stamps and services have gone up, but the quality has gone down. And this punk thinks he's got another 5 years to do more damage. And no, that's where you're wrong. That's where you're dead wrong. Okay? You little narcissistic bastard. You're wrong. You're wrong. Cannot wait until they're privatized. Can't wait. Cannot freaking wait. Ugh. Anyway, I can't stand slimy people. It drives me insane. And if you thought a bull shark was aggressive, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. Even a bull shark will look at me and go, damn, she's crazy. Just a fun fact about a bull shark. They are the most aggressive animal creature on the planet because their testosterone levels are extremely high. So if they come for you, they are so aggressive. They don't give up. They will come back for more and more and more and more. And another fun fact, there have been and there are bull sharks in the Mississippi River. And I have kayaked that river before in the past. I have. I didn't know there were sharks in there, but there was a fisherman in St. Louis that caught one time in the Mississippi River. So, I think it was Mississippi or Missouri. I'm not sure which. But they can go, the bottom line is they could go in fresh water or salt water. It doesn't matter. They can acclimate their body for salt or fresh. So they could go anywhere they freaking want to, as long as there's a body of water that helps them swim to that other body of water. So, yeah. Fun fact, fun fact. You guys take care. Another quick thing I'm going to tell you. It's been single digits here for like weeks now, right? I'm not kidding. I'm so serious. So when it becomes 20 degrees, you're like, oh, this feels good. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. It felt warm. It literally felt warm out and it was in the 20s. That goes to show you how cold it's been here. It's been insane. Yeah. Anyway, you guys take care. Much love. Take care of yourselves. I don't have any pain from my procedure yesterday. I'm doing really well. My mouth is no longer drooping, which is nice. I didn't have any pain last night or anything. I went to sleep as soon as I got back from the procedure. I had a deep clean. They clean underneath your gums. And I just went to sleep because I was high and tired. Oh, God, I was tired. And I just slept it off for a couple hours. And then I woke up and I didn't have any pain or just like minor discomfort, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. All right, you guys take care. Much love. Bye.